Could Todd Chrisley's mom, Nanny Faye, be possibly going to jail for signing off on financial documents and not knowing what she was signing? Well, I don't know. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So I know a lot of you have been waiting to hear more information about this federal case that is against the Chrisleys. As you know, Todd Chrisley and Julie Christie are in court right now with the federal government, and they're being accused of wire fraud, tax evasion, bank fraud, and so many other things. So they're facing years in jail if convicted. As you also know, the last story that I did on this topic was about their ex-business partner saying that he had an intimate relationship with Todd Chrisley that ended after a year. However, they continue to work together because of their, quote, brotherhood. One of the things that I forgot to mention in that initial video was the fact that someone knew about this affair and was trying to extort money from them. Well, didn't try. They did actually extort $38,000. And according to this former business partner, he says that he gave this money to Todd to pay off this person that was trying to extort money from them. Sidebar, when someone tries to extort money from you, that's not going to be the last time that they do this. So I'm not sure how I feel about this person's credibility, this ex-business partner credibility, because he's the one that went to the feds about these allegations of tax fraud and wire fraud and all of this different stuff. But Nanny Faye is now being brought up in this whole situation. If you're a fan of the Chrisley Knows best, then you know who Nanny Faye is. That is Todd Chrisley's mama. Well, according to her testimony this week, she would sign documents and not know what she was signing. You also may recall the Chrisleys had an accountant who failed his exam multiple times, his accounting exam multiple times. It's giving, let me have not credible people, or at least appear to be not credible on the stand so that we can nix you from any responsibility. Well, according to the Insider, they said Elizabeth Chrisley, that is Nanny Faye, who we lovingly call Nanny Faye, told the jury in the fraud trial of her son and daughter-in-law that it was her practice to not read documents before she signed them. What in the Teresa Giudice? So when she was presented with a list of financial records that said she was the owner of Seven Seas Productions Company, a loan out company where the family was paid for their reality TV show, she said that she may have signed them, but she didn't know anything about their content. She says, I don't read any of it. Federal prosecutors have accused Nanny Faye's son, Todd Chrisley, and his wife, Julie, who star in the U.S. network reality series Chrisley Knows Best, of evading taxes and operating a conspiracy to defraud banks by making it appear that they were wealthier than they actually were. Prosecutors said that when the banks caught on to them, the Chrisleys filed for bankruptcy, walking away from $20 million in debt. The couple went on to hide money from the IRS, the prosecutors have alleged. They also allege that to continue that scheme to defraud the IRS, Julie Chrisley signed over ownership of the Seven Seas Productions Company to Nanny Faye. On documents sent to various entities, she was listed as the president, shareholder, and member of the board of the company. Faye Chrisley testified on Thursday, however, that she was only aware that she was a signer on the bank account tied to the company because she needed to be able to sign checks when the rest of the family went to Los Angeles to film their spin-off, Growing Up Chrisley. Prosecution, though, presented a variety of documents, some bearing her signature, that claims she owned the company itself. In one email, a lender at a car dealership, Todd Chrisley, identified her as 75% owner of the company. Nanny Faye said this in court. She says, honey, I have never been involved with nothing except being a signer. I have never owned it. I don't want it. According to the Insider, they said at one point in her testimony, federal judge Eleanor Ross interrupted, telling Nanny Faye to stop referring to Peters, a professional in the courtroom, as honey. Peters says, I'm used to it. I didn't even notice. The judge responded, not in this courtroom, no. I know a lot of you have been wondering what's going on with this case. Unlike the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, which I hear word on the street, Amber Heard's going to try to appeal this case. Not surprised based on what Dr. Curry said about her. But this case is federal, so there are no cameras in the courtroom. But we are getting juicy details from this case. I didn't realize that Nanny Faye was set to testify, but here we are. Here we are. And I hate to relate this to Housewives. However, we learned some things from Housewives, and we learned that just because you sign something doesn't mean that you are not going to be held responsible. Nanny Faye could be held responsible if she signed off on these documents, unless they say that she is not of right mind. But she's testifying, so clearly she's of right mind. It seems as if the Chrisleys are going with we had a bunch of people that didn't know what they were doing, and that's why we made these mistakes when it came to our taxes. But you also may recall there have been a lot of people, remember Nancy Grace, that has questioned for years Todd Chrisley and how he spends the way that he spends.
Before you go,
That
I've got to
so
ask you
wrong.
something.
What?
Todd Chrisley was here on our show. All right, well, take a look at this. Todd, what is going on with you and my friend Nancy Grace, please?
I think that what goes on with me and Nancy is what goes on with every person that's in television. Nancy made a career off of talking junk about every person that was relevant. And it didn't, you don't have to tell the truth. You don't have, well, I mean, you know, you're a little shady at times too. But.
Okay. What's the deal with you and Todd?
Well, first of all, I don't have a deal with Todd.
Okay.
Todd Chrisley, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, wait, is it?
I feel like it's Jennifer Lopez and Mariah Carey right now going at it.
No. I think, and I'm not sure from that clip, what Mr. Chrisley may have been upset about was that I covered his daughter-in-law being arrested for Medicaid fraud, okay? And he obviously has this fantastic show where they show off their beautiful clothes. I mean, their closets are bigger than my house, okay? And, you know, God bless them, because they're working hard.
So you said, well,
then you have the daughter-in-law, basically his son's
we know what a daughter-in-law is.
girlfriend had a baby. It's his grandchild, Chloe, I think is her name. And you've got somebody in your family filing for Medicaid when you've got closets and closets of clothes in a mansion. Now, I had a problem with that. So I guess that's what made him mad. But hold on.
Oh, gosh.
Whoa.
She's not finished.
Here's the deal with fighting with Mr. Chrisley. It's like wrestling with a pig. The pig likes it, and you get dirty, so why bother?
On that note.
This story is, I'm going to continue to watch it. I'm going to continue to watch it, guys, and give you updates as we know it. But not Nanny Faye. Is Nanny Faye going to go to jail? I hope not. But are the Chrisleys, Todd and Julie Chrisley, going to jail? Well, there is the potential of several years in court. There are several charges that have mountains of years on them that they could go to jail for. Guys, as always, let's continue this conversation below. Do you think that Nanny Faye will get away with signing off on these documents and no responsibility? As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.